Hey, what is up guys, Mighty Levy here, and on today's video I'm going to be talking about my top favorite 4 red units in Fire Emblem Heroes. Man, I screwed that sentence up quite badly. Anyways, this is going to be a very subjective topic, and I understand that. Opinions are going to differ. Everyone's going to have their 4, very different units, red units that they prefer. Let me know down in the comments below actually what your favorite top 4 red units are, and yeah, we can have a talk about it and stuff. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get right on to it. Alright, so to start us off, we have Lucina. Now, fun fact, Lucina is actually the first 5-star unit that I pulled in this game as I started. And she has been a hard carry for me throughout the story mode for quite a while. She is actually a plus attack minus resistance IV set. Back then we knew like there was stat variations within the stats, but we didn't have like solid numbers for all the IVs and stuff. They weren't out on websites and what it is. So yeah, it took about 2 or 3 weeks before that stuff became clear. And when it did become clear, I went and checked, and yeah, she's a plus attack minus resistance, which is pretty good. I built her initially with the darting blow, desperation, and I guess threatened speed. I think it was, yeah, like my main red frontline melee kind of damage dealer. But then she kind of dropped out as more and more red units became more relevant to the meta. Like a lot of units, a lot of later introduced red swords units were a lot stronger, and especially with the well, I guess that was after skill inheritance that I gave her all that stuff. But before skill inheritance was a thing, her vanilla skills weren't that good, but her stats made her quite top notch. But yeah, anyways, nowadays she is kind of outclassed by a lot of other red swords unit when it comes to flat out doing the damage, doing the killing, and surviving. Now, despite her shoddy defense and resistance stats, she is still quite able to she is still quite hard for the opponents to 1-round KO, simply because she has quite high speed. Now, 36 speed is her base speed. If you get a speed boon, it's 39 speed. I have 39 speed because I have Fury 3 on her, and this is for preventing me from getting doubled. Now, blue units, which you should not be fighting anyways, will pretty much always double you, because either they're gonna be a blue mage, and blue mages are either Reinhardt or Lindy, which are like the Blade Tomb users always have 44 or 45 speed, so they're always gonna double you anyways. Reinhardt's got Dire Thunder, he's gonna double you regardless of your speed, and blue has like the monopoly on kind of brave lance weapons, just brave weapons. You see a lot of brave lance, more so than anything else, and other than that you see a lot of sapphire lance and stuff like that. So no, Lucina should not be fighting blue, because she's weak against blue units and they can double her for sure and she'll just die. So that leaves her enemies to that leaves her to deal with the green units, the red units, and the grey units, colorless units if you will, like the archers and stuff, which she does a pretty good job against, other than brave bow users. So she is able to not get doubled by sword units, thanks to her high speed, and she is able to double quite a lot of green units, because green units happen to be quite slow for the most part, unless you're Nino. But Nino would just die in 1 hit anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Anyways, and then I guess red sword units are like among the fastest base speed melee attackers, so she's quite up there. She won't get doubled, but she won't be doubling sword units, not unless she has Swordbreaker. But you know what, that's someone else's job. She is there. I mean, one part of the game that I don't think anyone beats her out in is in the fact that she can be used as a pseudo healer. Now, people call this build a pseudo healer build, but I like to call it the Vampire Princess from Vampiric Lucina build, because with the reciprocal aid, you can basically draw HP from your allies as well as give them HP. So that's kind of what some vampires do, right? Anyways, it just sounds a lot cooler in my head, so that's why I call it the Vampiric Lucina build. Anyways, that's just me. Okay, moving on, next unit. Alright, now the next unit on my top 4 list. Now I swear I'm not doing this on purpose, but young Tiki is my next unit, and she is indeed the second 5-star that I've ever pulled in this game, and this is not the actual one, because this is a optimal IV one, a plus attack minus resistance. My first one is actually plus defense minus attack, but she carried me through story mode all the way, so I still have her to this day. She is not merged, she is just a separate unit by herself. So if I merged her into this Tiki, it would be a 40 plus 2, but I kept her, so it's a 40 plus 1 for my Tiki. But anyways, this Tiki that I have, I really like her because she has basically a built-in distant counter with Lightning Breath Plus, inherited from Elder Tiki, and reposition is very good for moving your units around. Moonbow, quick charge cooldown kind of ultimate to deal that little oomph of extra damage to finish off targets. It works really well with Lightning Breath because Lightning Breath Plus ups your cooldown charge by 1, so Moonbow technically has a 3 charge cooldown on this setup, and Fury 3 because she needs that extra little bit of speed. Not that, well, not really. I guess with 33 speed she's gonna get doubled by a lot of units anyways. I think the safe speed not to get doubled in this game is about 36 or 37. I feel like 37 now actually, because with the introduction of the speed seal, a lot of units can reach that 41 speed threshold quite easily. So with 41 speed, they can definitely double you if you have 36 speed. So you need 37 speed to be on the safe side, which she is not at. So yeah. Well, at least she's got decent defense and decent resistance. Kind of okay resistance, not too good resistance. She has a resistance bane. So yeah, I put Vantage on her. So the idea is they attack her, and she attacks, and then they attack, and then Moonbow's charged. And then the next time someone attacks, Vantage kicks off, and Moonbow, Vantage Moonbow kicks off and hits them in the face before they can do anything. Now Fortified Defense 3 is on her because I had her in my Dragon Emblem team. And my Sacred Seal is, I don't know what I had on that, but yeah, I don't know. The Sacred Seals are like, they go to whoever needs it at the moment. So at the moment it's my arena team, or at least I put it on my arena team. I did the arena run and I haven't bothered putting them back yet, so I don't know. But yeah, so she is my second, you know, like favorite red unit that I have. Now there's 2 more to go. Let's see. Alright, yeah, anyways, let's get to the next one. Alright guys, now we're on to the 3rd unit, and I am trying to speed up my talking a little bit because when I previously tried to record this, it ended up being like half an hour, and it didn't feel like half an hour when I was recording it. So, what the hell. Anyways, I almost fell asleep during that recording as well. But anyways, I digress. So this is one of my very top red units, surprisingly enough. I basically, you know, like, I don't know. At the start I didn't really like Lucina, but then, you know, the Raven build, the Raoh Raven, is it? Raoh Raven? Yeah, Raoh Raven build on Lucina is really good actually, and with this she is able to deal with any and all green threats. She's able to tank them because of the high res, like tanks the likes of Julia, the likes of Deirdre now, and she is able to destroy them. She is able to tank a Sanaki because Sanaki's got pretty much matching stats with Lucina. I think Sanaki has a little bit higher attack a little bit higher resistance and lower HP. I'm not too sure. I don't have it like memorized to the dot, to the T. But yeah, Raw Raven, typical setup with the Triangle Adept, just so she can tank Brave Lyn as well, or any other colorless or gray units, if you will. Yeah, so she is a high counter for those two color types. There's nothing else to be said about that. She'll obviously die to Reinhardt, but then everyone dies to Reinhardt, so it doesn't really matter. As long as you have one green mage in your party to counter that, it's good enough. Or just a Reinhardt of your own. Anyways, she can... yeah, I don't know, like, she can tank a Hector as well, and she can tank Nino, Hector, Julia, Inigo, definitely, like Deirdre and Cecilia, and she fights on even grounds with Sanaki, and yeah, just Brave Lyn. Did I already say that? Yeah, I think I maybe have already. Just a lot of the characters who are in the meta right now, so yeah, she's a good choice, And Swordbreaker 3 allows her to double sword units, despite them having a lot faster speed than she does. So if they can't one-shot her with their counterattack, which I think they probably could, but some of them can't sometimes. So anyways, if they can't one-shot her with the counterattack, then she is able to land that double, and it utterly destroys them because sword units have very low resistance. Yeah, I don't have the green stuff breaker because with Triangle Adept, they're just gonna die in one shot anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Hone Attack 3 for her to support allies when the needs arise. Drawback, because I like drawback on mages, I don't know why. I don't know what seal I had her on, but I would probably put on attack or quicken pulse or distant defense 3 sacred seals on her, as well, or maybe just like something that increases her HP or defense to make her survive a sword counterattack if she is able to. Anyways, yeah, let's move on to my fourth and you know, my strongest red unit that I like. Right, moving on. Alright guys, we're finally here. My fourth and final favorite red unit that I have. I think this one's pretty straightforward because well, it's Ira, and she's infamous for being, you know, really crazy, insane powerful, and I believe, yeah, I put Summoner support on her. There's not much that needs to be said other than 54 attack, 51 speed, 40. Okay, like the stats are just insane on this character, and the build I have on her is basically, you know, the red sword sweeping goddess build. What happens is if she gets down to 58% HP, like with Ira's blade, it's a heavy blade that works off speed, right? So if you have at least one speed higher than your opponent, then your attack will give you 2 cooldown charges as opposed to 1. So if she's able to double an enemy, then it'll give her 2 cooldown charge on the first attack, and then on the second hit it will be a guaranteed Regnal Astra attack, like provided that she has higher speed and she can double them, which at 51 speed I think it's a pretty good chance that she's able to double most of the enemies in the game. So yeah, so Desperation makes it so her double attacks like she's able to do her 2 attacks before the enemy can counterattack if she's below 75% HP. Now, where it gets interesting is if she is below the 50% HP and you have 3 dancers with Wings of Mercy on the team, then it just goes crazy because all the Wings of Mercy dancers will fly to her, and she'll just proc Regno Astra, move on to the next target, proc Regno Astra, move on to the next target, Regno Astra again, and that's it. Yeah, it's insane. Right, so Summoner Support gives +2 to every single stat and +5 to HP, so we have to deduct that from this Ira to get her true stats. So she actually has 41 HP, 52 attack, 49 speed, 31 defense, and 24 resistance. That's still pretty high. But yeah, I believe there's not much that needs to be said of why she is, you know, one of the red units that I feel like is just very, very useful in general, and one of my top 4 favorite red units. I wonder if I can insert a clip of her in action right about here. Yeah, let me just go ahead and do that.
Got it.
Yes? Of course, time to shine.
A dance, just for you.
You have my word. I won't let you live.
What can I do? I have faith in you.
Orders? Pitiful.
Next step? Always do my best.
Got it.
Yes? I'd like to help.
You have my word. Your life is mine.
Okay, and that is basically Ira in a nutshell. Now, so if you're not Black Knight or Iffy, and you're not standing on a defensive tile, then yeah, it's gonna be a bad day. But anyways, that rounds up my list of my top 4 Fire Emblem Heroes red units. Please let me know in the comment section down below what is your top 4 favorite Fire Emblem Heroes red units. They don't have to be like straight from the tier list or anything like that. Just 4 units that you enjoy using yourself. Yeah, I'll be making more lists like this pretty soon as well. So the next one will be about blue units, and I do have quite a lot of blue units to talk about as well. So that'll be interesting. And with that being said, guys, yeah, catch you guys on the next one. I'll see you then.